Okay, so we just went over just a real simple supine progression. And I want to note that you should not progress people past what they can maintain technical proficiency in. Okay, if somebody cannot move well, that's fine, but don't give them homework that they can't handle. Make them good at it. Once they've shown you at a subsequent session that they can maintain that position and achieve that skill in a masterful way, then move on to the next thing, okay? So now we're just gonna take a basic look at a prone position here with Lily to just show you how you could train her in this vector as well. So just the same principles apply. We're first gonna go over, can you maintain postural position, okay? Can you maintain textbook neutral, as I like to think about it? Then, can we introduce a single skill in the sagittal plane? Then can we introduce multiple skills in the sagittal plane? And you can keep adding skills. Like in the last one, we just showed you arms and legs, but you can get creative how you want to do it. Okay, you can ask them even like math problems or something like that, or ask them to tell you a story, right? We're just layering skills. It's really up to you and what their needs are and what the client's goals are as to what you're going to do. But I digress. Once you're done with sagittal, then we're going to introduce other planes of movement. Okay, so frontal plane is a little bit tricky. Okay, I guess like you could like reach an arm out to the side, come back, right? Or here, okay? But we're just gonna move on to prone here, and you can just get creative or shoot me an email if you want more ideas about what to do. Okay, so I'm actually gonna have Lily scooch down on the table a little bit, okay? And I'm gonna have Lily place her hands kind of above her head so her hands are kind of by her temples. Okay, from here, I'm just going to have Lily think about pulling the front of her pelvis up to her rib cage to create neutrality through her axial skeleton. Now, Lily, can you kind of do like a baby plank as you push yourself up off the ground? Okay, one thing we want to see here is, do we have proper uprighting through the spine? And now I will cue people like push into my head, okay? Because a lot of people, for example, might, Lily, can you jut your chin out? Okay, they might be in this position, okay? And I might be like, can you push your head into my hand? Good, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And I'll just move my hand until they're in the position that I want. From here, we can just check breathing again. Okay, how are we doing? We're doing great. Okay, so now we have a really good view on their cortical integration of their posterior oblique sling, as well as how they're kind of recruiting musculature throughout their body. Now remember, proximal stability dictates distal mobility. So if Lily has proper stability throughout her axial skeleton and abdominal wall in 360 degrees, her pelvis should be supported. Okay, so when I touch her glutes with permission and consent, they should be nice and lax. Okay, you should not be touching like finely tuned muscles here. Okay, these should be lax. What this is telling me is she's actually cortically integrating her abdominal wall and her breath into the proper patterning so that she is not recruiting musculature that is not postural musculature to maintain postural support. Okay, from here, I'm gonna have Lily one arm at a time just reach out like she's asking her teacher a question. Okay, and Lily, you can actually just slide it along the table. You don't have to lift it. Okay, and now I'm just looking. Can she maintain her position throughout this movement? Okay, Lily, go other arm. Great. So now this is kind of about as far as we can really get in this position on this table. Okay, so Lily, I'm gonna have you go up so your support is on your knees and on your hands. Okay, good. So now it's thinking same thing, axial spine positioning, proper positioning through here. And we're actually gonna have Lily walk her hands out just slightly farther in front of her so that we're at a 90-degree angle through the shoulder. From here, we should have good recruitment of the serratus. We should be looking to see if we have any sort of winging going on in her shoulder blades, which we just wanna make note of, okay? If that's the case, this would be a great exercise. And what I would have Lily do is I'm just gonna cue her, can you push right into my fingers? And what that's gonna do is that's gonna help her kind of push through here. Now, Lily, can you push through there, but push through with your traps? Okay, if she does that and we see this big rounding and superior movement of the shoulder blades, then we know we have a cue and we need to work on serratus strength through this positioning or through other exercises of your choosing. Okay, one thing to note though is that this is a closed chain exercise. Closed chain exercises are just a little bit easier to cortically integrate and learn for the individual, and do typically kind of have a little bit more of a potentiation and actualization of athletic endeavors and skills. If that was kind of too wordy for you, that basically just means I think they're superior to open chain exercises. Okay, so if Lily was saying like buckle and kind of like let your stomach drop, okay, I might be like push into my hands here, good, push into my hand, good, push into my hands, good. And now Lily's really good at this, but if you really watch, this is still tough for her. This should be tough, okay? Not that many people are gonna progress past this that fast. If someone can't maintain good position, if they're like wiggling through here, or if they're like really struggling to maintain pelvic position, this is a great place to start. I don't really care if they can do like ab wheel rollouts where they're just going like that through the whole thing. That's a great way to get a facet syndrome or a low back issue. And if that's really cool for whatever they want to do, then they can do that. But we don't train that. Okay, we got to be better than the people on Instagram. Okay, we're doctors here. Okay, so from here, I'm going to have Lily pull one of her knees up. Can you pull your knee up to kind of where my hand is? Good. Now from here, she should feel like a suspension bridge of support through this anterior oblique chain going from left leg to right arm. I'm going to ask Lily, Lily, do you feel that?
Yes.
Okay, so Lily feels that. Now, from here, I'm going to have her press into my hand. Good. Can you start to unweight your left arm? And once you feel stable and secure, just kind of reach it out in front of you. Okay? Again, sagittal plane. Now, Lily, can you reach to 9 o'clock with that same arm? Good. That's 11 o'clock. Can you reach to 9 o'clock? Great. Again, we're looking for recruitment of the propriolar musculature of the shoulder. Lily, you can put your arm down. We're also looking for winging over here. We're looking, does Lily start to shift in her pelvis too much? Lily, you can relax. You've been kind of working for a while. I'm sorry about that. Okay? And we're just starting to layer on skills. Okay? Again, whether that be like verbal communication, whether that be math problems, whether that be movement in the sagittal frontal plane. Okay? That's all up to you, your client's needs, and your client's goals, and what your equipment is at that time. Okay? If you have any questions about how to progress this stuff, feel free to shoot me an email. You can get that from your professor. And best of luck. This is just a basic example of how to progress this stuff based off how you found in the breathing assessment. And it really can do wonders with people. And I can tell you that a lot of people think it's about putting a bigger engine in cars, like you got to squat more, you got to lunge more, you got to sprint harder. But from a neurological perspective, okay, it's kind of like putting a V12 engine or a big Cummins diesel engine in a car with like beach cruiser bicycle suspension. Like it's just not going to go very well. Sometimes it's not about building out a bigger engine. It's about increasing the component parts of the system around it to be able to actualize the power and efficiency of said engine.